Okay. And just one request, if you have any questions, please don't ask anything in between the webinar in the chat box, right? Park your question for last 10 minutes because I just want to go with the flow, and even I want each one of you to be fully focused here. Guys, last 10 minutes, I'm going to open up the floor for Q&A, and that time you can ask what all question you have. All right. And one last thing, those who are going to stay till the end of this session, you are going to get 2 gifts from my end. Number one is you will get the Scrum Master checklist, which will help you to identify the areas to look after as a Scrum Master. Second, you will get added into my private VIP Facebook group, which is the group of all aspiring new and seasoned Scrum Master. But for these 2 gifts, you have to be there till the end of this session. All right, great. So with that, let's quickly get started without wasting any time. So let me share my screen. See, now as I understood that many of you are here to transition yourself to a Scrum Master role, you want to gain those Agile and Scrum skills, you want to step into a leadership, you want to have that higher compensation. Guys, it's very, very important for us to understand the bigger picture. Always start with bigger picture, meaning where our industries are going in Agile ways of working, right? How the future of Scrum Master looks like. What is the demand for this Scrum Master role? Very important to understand this. Then it would be easy for us to make that plan for ourselves that whether to transition to into this role or not. Okay. So let's look at some of the latest market trends and the statistics. So if you see this is the level of organizational agility we have till date. And guys, this report got published in digital.ai in 16th annual state Agile report. As per them, now 80% of the organizations are into Agile ways of working. 80%, right? And then the rest of percentages are given to other approaches. And guys, not only software industries, but even the non-IT industries like chemical, mechanical, healthcare, manufacturing, educational, lot of industries have started transitioning to Agile. Though Agile started or Agile Manifesto talks about the software development, but over the last 21 years, Agile has evolved like anything, and now everywhere it's Agile. Everywhere it's Agile. And this report or this statistics clearly shows that there is a great demand for an Agile practitioner or a Scrum Master who will help this 80% of the organizations in bringing that true agility. See, there are a lot of Scrum Masters out there, and I have interacted with 1,000 plus professional guys. And if you ask me, what I have observed is most of them are just certificate holders. Meaning they have some kind of certificate, maybe CSM, PSM, and they have directly started applying for a Scrum Master role without even having that practical experience, or many of them are just mechanical Scrum Master. Now, when I say mechanical Scrum Master, meaning they are having that much of experience as a Scrum Master, but they are just implementing Scrum for the sake of implementing it as per the Scrum guide. Just facilitating those 5 Scrum events, sprint after sprint, that's it. But not really making that impact as a true leader, not really helping the team to deliver the value at the end of the day. And guys, that is the reason industries are waiting for an effective Scrum Masters and true leaders nowadays. And that's what exactly we are going to see in our today's masterclass. Okay, now let's look at the second trend. Now you must be knowing that under Agile umbrella, we do have multiple frameworks like Scrum, Kanban, LACE, XP, SAFe, Scrumban. Out of all of this framework, if you see again, this report got published in digital.ai, right? This is the usage of framework across the globe. If you see, 87% is given to Scrum framework. That means Scrum is the widely used framework across the globe. Most of the organizations are using Scrum to the core, and then the rest of frameworks followed, right? And this shows, guys, irrespective of your current role, irrespective of your current industry, whether you want to get into a Scrum Master role or not, irrespective of all of that, you all need to have that deep knowledge of Agile and at least Scrum framework to start with. Deep knowledge. And see, now when I say deep knowledge, that does not mean that just having some theoretical knowledge or just having some certificate will help you to grow in your career and to become that true leader. No. When I say deep knowledge, meaning you really need to understand the why behind everything. Like, why are we doing what are we doing? Right? You need to understand the purpose behind each and every element of Agile and Scrum. You need to know how can we leave those Agile values and principles? How can we use empiricism? how can we leave those Scrum values? How can we implement Scrum practically, step by step? How can we continuously improve as a team? Right? All of this kind of knowledge is really, really needed nowadays. Whether you want to get into SM position or not, because 80% of the organizations are into Agile, and irrespective of your role, they are expected that you need to have the working knowledge in Agile environment. Okay? Now, let's look at the third stats quickly. Now, this is the LinkedIn platform. As many of you know, I have just searched for the Scrum Master opportunity in India, and you see there are 821 results. In fact, this is a little bit older screenshot, guys. If you go and search on LinkedIn today, definitely you will see a great demand for this particular role. And by the way, this is just India. If I just remove the India and if I search across the globe, definitely this number will go high. And this is just a LinkedIn platform, right? There are a lot of other job portals as well, like we do have Naukri, Indeed, Time Jobs, Monster. You go and search there for these opportunities. You will see a lot of opportunities for this particular role. And there are few organizations, guys, they don't publish these opportunities anywhere, like those are hidden, right? So what we have to do, we have to go and find out those opportunities. Right? Now, after looking at this overall statistics, which clearly says that Agile and Scrum is the need of an hour, and Scrum Master has the great future prospect, tell me how many of you are really ready? Like, really ready to do whatever it takes to start your career as an effective Scrum Master as well as true leader. Quickly type ready in the chat box. Yes, type ready in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are really ready. See, you feel that enough is enough. I have not done any significant thing in my career. Now I don't want to waste my time. I really want to become that true leader and make that impact in the organization, in the teams where I serve. How many of you have this kind of intention and the long-term goal? Type quickly ready, and you are completely ready to do whatever it takes for that. Type ready in the chat box. Thank you so much. So many of you guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right. Okay. Now, since we are going to spend some time together, can I have your quick permission to introduce myself? Yes, if I have your permission to introduce myself, just give me PG in the chat box. Permission granted. PG. See, you need to know, right, why you should listen to me. Yes, why you should give me your valuable time. Thank you so much. Right, so guys, my name is Sapna Kejriwal. No connection with Arvind Kejriwal, by the way. All right. Okay, it's Kejriwal, jokes apart, and I'm from Pune, India, and mother of two, right? We are staying in our beautiful house, my husband, both kids, and I started my career. You will be shocked to hear that I started my career as a quality analyst in 2006 with Cognizant. So I'm also from manual testing background, guys. And I know a lot of testers in the room. Definitely you're going to resonate with my story because I have been there in your shoes exactly few years back. And you're going to resonate with my story. I'm not coming from any entrepreneurial background, by the way. I'm coming from a quality manual testers background. Okay. So 2006, I started my journey. 2009, they promoted me to, senior QA role. But then I thought that manual testing will not have much demand in future because a lot of digitizations were coming in and even organizations started transitioning to Agile. Even in 2009, I thought, no, let me learn different test automation tool and transition myself to the automation testing side. I have learned different automation tools, guys, and I have transitioned myself to the automation test lead in 2014. In fact, I do have a career break of 3 years. Between 2009 to 2014, I was on a maternity break to look after my child because he was very small. But then when I resumed, I joined as an automation test lead. Okay? But you know what? Throughout my testing journey, let me tell you one fact. I never got any kind of appreciation. I always felt undervalued and disrespected throughout my testing journey. Though I was putting in my hard work, never got any appreciation. You know what? Because of two basic reasons. Number one is I was not really confident to showcase my skills. Number two, because of office politics, I never got any kind of not promotions, but the appreciations from my management or from my organization. And after working as a tester for 7 to 8 years, I really got stagnant finding out those defects, writing the test cases, executions. I got stuck doing same thing. I got into that mediocrity. And I always had this thought in my mind that one day I want to become that true leader where I will truly influence my team. I will empower my team and I'll not do this kind of partiality which was happening with me. I had this thought in my mind. And then I thought, now this is the time I really want to change my field. I want to get into a leadership position. I was just searching that time, and there I came to know about this Scrum Master role. And guys, Scrum Master, since it's a leadership position, Scrum Master is all about people, it's all about processes. And the fact that I truly love to serve others, I thought, now this is the role I'll be able to make justice to. And you know what? Universe somehow listened to my request. And luckily, one of my project was transitioning from Agile, from Waterfall to Agile. And there they have selected me to perform this Scrum Master role in 2016. In fact, I also did my PSM one. A lot of my friends and colleagues were doing CSM, PSM that time. So I also, I have done PSM one thinking that yes, I'll become a great Scrum Master. But you know what, guys? Initial 2 years as a Scrum Master, I failed like anything. You ask me a situation, and I cannot forget my initial 2 years. Struggled a lot, failed a lot of time. My managers were like, what she is doing here? Customers were not happy. My team was not happy. I was just a mechanical Scrum Master. Because I was not having that practical experience, I just landed into this role just having some certificate, that to internal transition. Because of two reasons, the lack of proper guidance and mentorship, and because of the practical experience, lack of practical experience, I failed like anything. And after 2 years into this role, guys, I got an opportunity to meet my mentors from whom I have learned how does Agile and Scrum works in reality, in practicality. And then I was like, oh my God, whatever I was doing as a Scrum Master was all crap. There's a lot of difference between theory and practical practice. We again started implementing, after getting that practical experience, we again started implementing Scrum step by step effectively in our team. And after working for a few sprints, my team started becoming effective. Eventually, they started becoming productive. Even customers were happy because they used to see that valuable increment at the end of every sprint. And definitely management started seeing all of these benefits, and they have promoted me to the Senior Scrum Master role in 2018. And being into this role, guys, actually we formed the Agile Center of Excellence in our organization, where we have connected with fellow Scrum Masters and Agile coaches. And by being part of this community, we started connecting with all the layers of our organizations, right from different managers to leaderships to even the C-level executives, just to understand their thought process on Agile. Like, what is their plan to transform complete organization into Agile? And you know what? There we came to know that even at leadership level, there were a lot of misunderstanding about Agile and Scrum. Then we thought, now this is the time we really need to start conducting multiple trainings to make these guys aware of why Agile, first of all, right? What exactly we need for successful Agile transformations, and then how do we do it effectively? We conducted multiple trainings on Scrum, Kanban, different frameworks at all the layers. And I got a lot of visibility because of this, because I was operating at organizational level, conducting so many trainings, even the leadership trainings. And that is the reason they have promoted me to an Agile coach role in 2020. And guys, being into this role, I have taken around 125 plus Scrum Master interviews till date. In fact, more than this number. But you know what? I really got disappointed after taking so many Scrum Master interviews. Do you want to know why? Ask me why in the chat box. If you want to know why I got disappointed after taking so many Scrum Master interviews. Yes. Thank you so much. You know what, guys? Despite that they mention they have around 4 to 5 years of Scrum Master experience on their CV, when it comes to answering to situational based interview questions, or forget about situational based interview questions, even some basic questions, they always failed to answer. I mean, I used to get some theoretical answer, but not the one which I was expecting, or at least which shows that they're practicing it in their day-to-day life. And the sad reality is 95% of the candidates were in this category. Can you believe this? 95%. I was like, what is wrong with the market? A lot of my time was wasting in this hiring process. And I was just sitting and reflecting back on my journey as a Scrum Master. I mean, I was just thinking that why do we have this scarcity of truly qualified Scrum Master? What is going wrong? Why we are not getting that right talent? I was just sitting and reflecting back on my journey as a Scrum Master. And then I thought, okay, I transitioned to this role by just having some certificate. So I thought either these guys must also be having some certificate and they have directly started applying for the SM opportunities by just exaggerating on their experience. Or I thought these guys must be having, 3 to 4, 5 years of experience as an SM, but they are just a mechanical Scrum Master. Meaning, as I said, they are just implementing Scrum for the sake of implementing it. Guys, that was my thought process. Okay. Then there I took one decision. I have decided that now onwards, I am going to help all the aspiring and new Scrum Masters to become great Scrum Masters and true leaders. I'm going to help people just like me, coming from IT background, those who want to step into a leadership to successfully become Scrum Master and a true leader. And now this is my mission, guys. I'm on mission to help 10,000 professionals to become great Scrum Masters and true leaders who will make a big difference to this world with the best knowledge they have. And I want each one of you, literally each one of you out here in this call to be part of this mission, guys, and let's make this world a beautiful place with whatever way we can or with whatever knowledge we have. This is the need of an hour. And I want each one of you not to settle for small, that I just want to get into a Scrum Master role, but I want each one of you to have a bigger mission just like this, that how I'm going to serve the society, how I'm going to create that impact in the organization. Because once you start thinking big, you will automatically start taking big inspired action. And you will stand out from rest of the crowd and you will have that exponential growth. All right. And by the way, this I'm telling you not just for the sake of telling. I'm saying I'm moving closer to my mission each and every single day just because of my mentors, just because of my family members, and just because of each one of you out here. And I'm truly, truly grateful to each one of you. Right. And guys, that's where my entrepreneur journey started. So from an agile coach to now a founder. A coach where I have founded Scrum Master Mastermind in Jan 2022. Now we have recently rebranded it with Scrum Champions, and we do have the community of 3,800 plus professionals, all aspiring new and seasoned Scrum Masters. And I have personally trained 1,000 plus professionals, not only to get that right practical experience, which is the most nowadays, but also they have landed into a Scrum Master role with great salary hikes. Some of them have also landed into SM plus project manager role. Some of them have got a good offers in their respective field because the kind of practical knowledge they demonstrated in the interview that really helped them to get that great offer. But most of them landed into SM role. Okay, so guys, this is my quick journey from quality analyst to Scrum Master to an agile coach to now a founder or a coach where I am training others. I am creating true leaders. Now, after looking at my journey, one serious question to you guys. How many of you got inspired after looking at my journey? Why I'm asking inspired? Because I also come from similar background as yours. So how many of you got inspired and you guys are also serious about getting onto this journey? Quickly type serious in the chat box. Yeah. Type serious in the chat box if you are also serious, guys, about getting on to this journey and truly ready to take your career to the next level and have that exponential growth. I want each one of you to have the exponential growth, huh? Not just small growth, 5% hike, 6% hike, 10% hike every year after putting in so hard work. I want each one of you to have the exponential growth. How many of you are truly ready for this? Quickly type serious in the chat box. Thank you so much. Yep, Anil, Rani, Binesh, Krishna, Gitika, Shruti, thank you so much. Harshali, many of you. Yeah, Archana, Monish, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, now let's quickly move on. Okay, guys, towards the end of this session, I'm going to talk about the Scrum Master Blueprint program, ultimate program. The focus of this program is more to give you the practical experience, because that is what a lot of people lacking, and that is the reason they are getting rejected in the interview. So I'm going to talk about this program, which has helped so many professionals to get into the SM role with great salary hikes. Last 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about this, where I'm going to give you an opportunity to join my community if you are really ready to move out of your comfort zone and start as an effective Scrum Master. Okay, now let's quickly move on to secret number 1, which is what it takes to become a great Scrum Master. Now, why this point, guys? As I said, there is a lot of misunderstanding about this role in the market. Because when I asked this question in the Scrum Master interview, right? Okay, tell me how your day look like as a Scrum Master, or what are the roles and responsibilities you perform? I always get one common answer most of the time, which is facilitating different Scrum events, helping product owner in product backlog management is something which I do on day-to-day basis. Absolutely, those are the responsibilities of the Scrum Master, but those are not the only responsibilities, okay? There are a lot of other responsibilities as well if you really want to become that true leader and you want to stand out from others. So I want each one of you to have this clarity first, because this clarity itself is missing even in the seasoned Scrum Masters. Because once you have this clarity, then you would be able to take a step-by-step approach to become that great Scrum Master. Okay, so this is what Scrum Master all about. Very, very simple. It's just that based on different situations, you have to wear different hats. These are the different stances which you have to take. And I'm going to talk about this, and I'll give you just one example in each category so that you will have a clarity. So number 1 is you all need to have deep Agile and Scrum knowledge. There is no alternative for this, because you are the master of Scrum, meaning you need to know in and out of Scrum framework. Now, when I say in and out, when I say deep knowledge, again, I'm not talking only about the theoretical knowledge. I'm talking about the practical implementation knowledge. Once you have that, then number 1, you are a teacher. You are a teacher. Now, when I say you are a teacher, meaning whenever you join any organization as a Scrum Master, you see that your team is lacking in the knowledge of Agile and Scrum. You need to teach them what is Agile, what is Scrum, how can we live and breathe in those Scrum values, not only to the team, but you may have to teach different managers, different leaderships, even to the stakeholders about effective usage of Scrum, maybe by conducting multiple trainings, and that's where you are a teacher. Number 2, you are an impediment remover. And guys, here also a lot of people have misunderstanding. People feel that Scrum Master need to solve all kind of impediments in the team, right? But that is not true. Let's say if your team is working in the sprint, and if they're coming across different issues or challenges or any impediments, rather than you solving it, you enable your team to solve those impediments by themselves. So you ask everyone's opinion. You don't provide solution. However, you ask everyone's opinion that, okay, what do you think? How are we going to solve this? And by doing this, you create an environment where everybody feels heard. Everybody feels seen that, okay, my opinion is also counted. And that way you will get more accountability and ownership from the team. And eventually in this process, you also help your team to become self-managed. Because one of the biggest responsibility of a Scrum Master is to make their team self-managed and cross-functional, right? So this is one way of making your team self-managed. So that in future, whenever they will come across any kind of situations or any kind of impediments, they will be in position to solve it by themselves rather than depending on you. That's where you are an impediment remover. However, there will be some impediments which your Scrum team may not have control on, or they don't have a visibility, right? For example, some organizational level impediment. That time you have to solve it as a Scrum Master. Simple. Third, you are a coach. Now write it down in your notepad, guys. Being a Scrum Master, you are already a team level Agile coach. You are already a team level Agile coach. And when I say you are a coach, meaning what? Whenever any situation comes in, again, you don't provide any solution. However, you ask some solution-oriented, powerful questions to your coachee so that they will come up with their own solution. Okay. For example, let's say you join any team and you see that product vision itself is missing there, right? You have to coach your product owner to have a clear-cut product vision in place, that to transparent and communicate it to all the team members. And guys, you know what? This is the problem I have seen in many of the teams, that this Scrum team works sprint after sprint. They are so much busy completing features, user stories, but they don't really know why they are doing what they are doing. They don't know that bigger picture, that how their work is going to align with the organization vision and mission, right? And if you see that this kind of elements are missing, you need to really coach your product owner to have a clear-cut product vision in place. Same way, you may have to sometimes coach your complete Scrum team, your individual, your different maybe managers, different leaderships or stakeholder whenever there is a situation. That's where you are a coach. Then you are a mentor. Now, there's a basic difference between coaching and mentoring, okay? In coaching, you work with the knowledge and experience of your coachee. You don't provide any solution. You don't share your experience. However, in mentoring, you work with the knowledge and experience of your own self, meaning you provide solution. You share your experience. You share your knowledge. For example, let's say product owner, your team, they say they are not aware of how do we write effective user story. What you will do, you will go in Jira tool, for example, you will write user story by yourself by following all the best practices, and then you share that with your team. You share that with your product owner that, okay, guys, this is what I know about writing user story. This is what my experience about writing user story. And then eventually your product owner, your team will take on from there. But initially you may have to mentor them. And that's where you are a mentor. Simple. Then you are a facilitator. Now, this is very, very important, and a lot of misunderstanding people have here, that they feel that only Scrum Master need to schedule and facilitate all these Scrum events, like daily Scrum, sprint planning, reviews, retros, and even the product backlog refinement. Guys, but that is not true. That is not true. Scrum Master need to schedule these events only and only if it is required. That means it totally depends on the maturity level of your Agile and Scrum team. Let's say if your team is really matured in Agile and Scrum, they are self-managed. Anyone in the team can schedule and facilitate these events. Not just a Scrum Master. Anyone can do it. That time Scrum Master is just an observer. He need to make sure, he or she need to make sure that, okay, these events are happening and they are productive. Team is having these events and they are productive. However, if your team is new to Agile and Scrum, then definitely you need to schedule and facilitate all of these Scrum events, where you need to make sure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to the outcome of that meeting. You set the stage, that why are we here? What is that objective we are trying to achieve toward the end of this meeting? You make sure throughout the meeting that your discussion is going in the right direction and you are not deviating from the topic, right? You make sure towards the end of the meeting that you all as a team achieve that desired outcome of that particular meeting, and everyone agree on that. That's where you are a facilitator. And not that, sometimes you may have to facilitate different discussions between your product owner, between your team, between your stakeholders. And that's where you are a facilitator. Very, very important. And then next, you are a change agent. Now guys, this is super important, and many of the Scrum Masters forget about this stance. Now, when I say as a Scrum Master, you are a change agent, let's say you join any organization and you see that organization is planning to transition to Agile, but they are still using those old traditional practices, right? They still have that old command and control kind of culture where a lot of micromanagement is happening. Guys, you don't settle down with whatever is going on. You don't continue that trend. No. Rather, you have to challenge the status quo of your organization, and you need to help them to bring in this right Agile and Scrum practices. So if you see that if their current ways of working is not really helping them to deliver the value, you need to help them to bring in these right Agile and Scrum practices. Not only that, you are also responsible to create that right culture at organizational level. Now, when I say right culture, meaning a culture of experimentation, a culture of innovation, a culture where a lot of people are coming up with different POCs or creative ideas, a culture where there is no command and control or a micromanagement. Everyone is so much empowered enough to take their own decision. Only the direction is set by the leadership that, okay, this is what our vision and mission is, and then leaving everything to the team. And if you see that all of these elements are really missing, guys, you need to take a step-by-step approach. Not alone, maybe along with the other Scrum Masters and Agile coaches, you need to take a step-by-step approach to create that right culture. Very, very important. And see, cultural changes takes time because nobody would like to move out of their comfort zone. Nobody would like to change the way they have been working since so many years. But you really need to have that patience. You need to have that empathy, and through repetition you have to create that right culture, and that's where you are a change agent. And guys, that is the reason Scrum Masters are called change makers in the organization, right? And last but not the least, you are a true leader. As I said, it's a leadership position. You flourish individual growth. You are always there at the back of your individual team member, and you support them in whatever way you can so that they themselves can grow in their own career path. Being a true leader, you are always there at the back of your Scrum team to ensure that they are completely focused on achieving that sprint goal. Being a true leader, you need to teach, coach, mentor your managers, your leaderships, even your C-level executives in bringing that true agility. Okay, so guys, definitely, I mean, on day-to-day basis, you also closely work with your product owner to see that product backlogs are properly refined, product vision, mission is in place. Your product owner is a visionary where he truly understands those customer needs, market situations, right? And as a Scrum Master, you are just not responsible to serve one or two teams, but you do have the responsibilities at organizational level where you need to make sure that this Agile and Scrum is getting effectively implemented across the organization. Okay, so guys, this is what you have to do as a Scrum Master. It is not just facilitating those 5 Scrum events, but it is more than that. Making sense? Yes. Is it making sense? Just type MS in the chat box if it is making sense to you. Yes. Or maybe some of your misunderstanding about this role got clear. Earlier you had this understanding that as a Scrum Master, I just need to facilitate different events, but now you have got a better clarity. You have got that bigger picture. Yes. Type MS in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, please park your questions till the end. As I said, I'm going to answer all your questions, guys, towards the end. Okay, just focus here because I want to go with the flow. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. You know what? I have taken so many Scrum Master interviews, right? I never got a candidate who could explain me all of these responsibilities of a Scrum Master. Can you believe this? And they claim they have 4 to 5 years of Scrum Master experience. No one, I got a candidate who could explain me this. And guys, let me tell you, now you at least have this clarity. You are one step ahead from rest of the aspiring new and seasoned Scrum Masters, even the seasoned Scrum Masters. Okay? So write it down in your notepad. Never sell yourself short by just talking about some framework. Position yourself as the true leader of the organization, because if you position yourself as the true leader, guys, everyone else around you will see you as a true leader. It's all about how you position yourself. Right? And see, it's not about how much Agile or Scrum knowledge you have. Guys, just 1 second. Yeah. So it's not about how much Agile or Scrum knowledge you have. It's not about how many certifications you have. It's more about how you are able to use that knowledge to make your team effective, to deliver that value is what really matters, nothing else. How many of you, this is bulb on? Type bulb on in the chat box if it is bulb on for you. Like your bulb went on after hearing this. That it's not really about the knowledge, but it's more about your ability to use that knowledge to create that impact is what really matters. Otherwise, knowledge a lot of people have, but they are not really able to use it effectively to create that impact. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great. Now, let's quickly move on. In fact, one of my mentee Satabdi. She was a quality analyst, guys. What she says, hi Sapna, how are you? I'm happy to share that I'm also selected in Capgemini and CGI. I've received an offer letter from Capgemini and yet to receive from CGI. I've also been selected in JP Morgan's first round, waiting for the second round. She was working as a quality analyst in her company. She was an aspiring Scrum Master, guys, just like you, right? She joined my community. She got that practical experience. After getting that practical experience, she not only started implementing effective Scrum in her team as a quality analyst, but also immediately she got 3 offers as the Scrum Master in multinational companies without prior experience after getting that experience in this community. This is the power of this community, guys, and this is the power of having that practical experience is so much of important nowadays. Now tell me, how many of you would like to share your success story just like Satabdi with me next time? Quickly type me with lot of ease in the end if you would like to have your success story as the next success story on my presentation so that I'll proudly share it with others. Yes, let me see how many of you are really committed and ready to make it happen for yourself. Because see, this is the first step, I would say, and it should come from your core. It's not that I'm asking you to type me, that is the reason you are typing it. It should come from your core that yes, I'm completely ready and I'm going to make it happen for myself. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, Azhar, Archana, Avinash, Krishna, Harshali, Basha, yeah, thank you. Reshma, Ashita, Vinod, Jisha, Praveen, Anil, Jayashri, yes, Ajinkya, Rani, thank you so much. Uma, great. Sudhir, great to see. TM Reddy, Praveen, 100% ready. Krishna, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And definitely, if you are saying ready, you're going to get that for sure. Right, now let's quickly move on to our second secret, which is how to get practical experience as a Scrum Master. Now, I would say this is a big elephant in the room. Why? Because many people ask me this question, ma'am, I have CSM, I have PSM, but you know what? I'm getting rejected in the interview. I'm not getting that confidence in the interview because somewhere at subconscious level that I know that I don't have that practical experience. Or maybe I'm not getting interview calls and a lot of other set of challenges. So how should I go about it? This is the question I always get. Now I want to ask you, how many of you are facing the same challenge? Quickly type me in the chat box. If you are also facing the same challenge that you don't have the practical experience, you're getting rejected, you're not getting that confidence, you're not able to create your proper CV, or you're not getting interview calls itself. Yes, type me in the chat box. Many of you. I know, guys, this is the biggest problem. So for this, you need to understand 2 things. Number 1, certifications are good to give you the basic understanding, are good to give the foundational knowledge, but certification alone will never help you to get into a Scrum Master role and to become that true leader. See, here our intention is not just to become that Scrum Master, our intention is to become that true leader. And with only certification, that is not going to happen, right? So certifications are just like a hall ticket, which will sometimes open up the interview door for you. If you remember, when we used to be a child, we used to get a hall ticket to sit in the exam. But in order to clear the exam, it was totally dependent on what all studies we have done. Same way, certification will open the interview door because HRs, organizations do look out for those CSM, PSM keywords. But in order to crack that interview, guys, you need to demonstrate your practical implementation skills. No alternative. You need to demonstrate your practical experience. You need to demonstrate your implementation skills. And then second is your mindset. How is your mindset in the interview? That makes a lot of difference. Okay. Now, how to get this practical experience brings us to point number 2. See, you need to start applying this Agile and Scrum in your day-to-day life. But before that, let me tell you this. When I ask this question that, okay, what is Agile according to you? When I ask this question in my Scrum Master interview or to the people, I always get answers like, someone says Agile is a framework. Some says Agile is a methodology. Some says Agile is an iterative way of delivering things. right? See, iterative way of delivering things is how part. It's how we do Agile. It's how iteratively we implement. But it's not what Agile is, right? Agile is neither a framework nor a methodology. Though on a lot of portals you will see Agile methodology, but Agile is not a methodology. Absolutely, Agile is a mindset. Thank you so much, Sudhir. Agile is a mindset which comes with clear 4 values and 12 principles and unlimited practices. So this user story, estimations, different frameworks, these are what? These are all unlimited practices. In simple terms, Agile is just a common sense, guys. It is just a common sense which you need to apply in your personal as well as professional life. Simple. Okay. Now, when I say you can apply Agile and Scrum even in your personal life, how many of you would be interested in knowing how I apply Agile in my own personal life? Type I for interested in the chat box quickly. Yes. How many of you would like to know how I apply agility in my own personal life? It's very, very simple and very interesting to know. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. See, when I start my week, okay, what I do Sunday evening, I decide one small goal, very small goal, which I have to complete in my upcoming week, towards the end of my upcoming week. I set a weekly goal for myself, right? A goal which will help me to move closer to my bigger mission. And what is my mission? Forming the university of great Scrum Masters and true leaders. Now, it could be recording some new course for my student. It could be reading some new book. It could be hosting some impactful session for my student, anything. I just list it down, my goal. And then I make a list of all the tasks I have to perform in order to achieve that goal. Now, if you see, this is my weekly planner, right? Here, every week, if I show you, see, I make a list of all my tasks in order to achieve that goal. Now, out of all of these tasks, I think which one are the most important one? Which one are the 20% of the task which will help me to gain that 80% of the result? Again, 80-20 Pareto principle, right? I make them on the top of my list. I prioritize them. So guys, just like we have a sprint goal, I have my own personal goal, weekly goal. Just like we have a time boxing of the sprint from 1 week to 1 month, I have my own time boxing of 1 week. I have a weekly goal, right? Just like we have a product backlogs, I do have my own personal backlogs. Can you see? These are what? These are all my personal backlogs. Just like product owner prioritize it, I also prioritize it. Then, once this is done, then here on the left side, on the wall of my home, I do have a Kanban board where I have to do in progress and done column. On the top, my weekly goal is clearly written. In to do, I have all those sticky notes with the list of tasks with the highest priority on the top. Now, when I start my week, Monday morning, I'm absolutely clear. What is that small goal I want to achieve and what are the tasks I have to perform? I take one topmost task from to do to in progress. I complete it end to end and then I mark it as done. Throughout the week, I follow the same practice. Towards the end of that 1 week, I do my quick self-review. Just like we have a sprint review, I do my self-review that, okay, what was my goal? How many tasks I have planned? How many of them completed, not completed? And if I faced any challenge in that 1 week. And I also reflect back. I retrospect myself, just like retrospective, that how that 1 week went. Are there any ways where or areas where I would have done things differently to achieve the results? Any areas of improvement for me where I need to improve? I make the list of all of those in my own Jira, a personal Jira, and then I keep improving on those front. Can all of you see how I am applying agility in my own personal life? And by the way, this is just one example. There are n number of examples even in your own personal life, guys, where knowingly, unknowingly you are implementing this Agile and Scrum. But if I keep giving all of those examples, even this single day will be less. Getting some different perspective, just type DP in the chat box if you are getting some different perspective to look at Agile and Scrum. See, by doing this, I've got that Agile mindset. So wherever I see, I always see how I can be Agile with my approach. It could be taking the homework of my children. It could be doing some household chores. I always see how I can be more productive. And you know what? This actually helping me to become more productive. I don't randomly start my Monday without having any clarity what I should be doing in this week. I have my weekly goals. I have my list of small tasks. And this is really helping me move closer to my bigger mission. Yes, getting some different perspective. See, you might not have thought in this direction, and if you are not doing it, I would request each one of you to start doing it. See, you need to achieve that personal agility as well. It's not only about having certifications and applying for the SM jobs. It's also about how you really bringing that agility in your own personal life. And by the way, same goes with your professional life as well. Very, very important. Now see, irrespective of your current role or irrespective of your current industry, you need to take that lead. You need to take that ownership proactively to implement these agile and scrum practices in your current team. Or let's say if you're not working with the team, what all tasks you're doing, what all job you're doing, you need to implement this with your own set of tasks. Or if you're working with the team, you need to proactively implement these practices. See, nobody will come to you and will ask you, okay, Rani, please implement Scrum or Agile here. No. It's you who have to do something, guys. You have to take some actions proactively. For example, see, I'm not asking you to just go and implement everything at one go. At least start with one small practice. Even without taking the name of Agile and Scrum, you implement this. For example, you can go in your team and you can ask your team that, okay, guys, what all we all are working on, can we make it transparent on some kind of whiteboard or maybe some virtual collaborative tool, maybe Miro or Mural if you're working virtually, so that everyone is aware who is working on what? Can we have that transparency? See, transparency is one of the pillar of empiricism, right? And Scrum is founded on empiricism. So you need to see how you can bring in the transparency of your work, the ways of working in your current team. You can always go and ask your team that, guys, rather than working individually, can we work as a team? Can we connect for 5 to 10 minutes every single day, just like daily Scrum, so that we know who is working on what, and if anyone needs any, anyone is facing any challenge, can we work as a team? Right? You can always go and ask your team that, do you know why you are doing what you are doing? In fact, you can ask this question to yourself. I know many of you may not be aware of this. Do you really know what all work you are doing? How it is aligned with the organization vision and mission? Do you have that bigger clarity? How many of you have this bigger clarity? Tell me. 80% of you don't know this. Neither your team would be knowing this. Why don't you take that initiative and you share that, okay, guys, this is what our organization vision and mission is. This is how our work is going to contribute to the customer. Okay, guys, 1 second. There is someone at my door. I'll quickly come back. 1 second. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for being patient and being there. Yeah. So you can go and ask your team, do you really know why we are doing what we are doing? This is our mission. This is our vision. This is how our work is going to benefit to the customer. And when your team will aware of this, definitely they will be more motivated to work as a team rather than a group of individuals, because then they will have a common goal to achieve. You will get more ownership, more accountability from your team. You can go and ask your team that, guys, we have been working and working and working continuously. Can we take a little bit pause? Can we stop for a while and find out some time to create that bond with each other? Can we reflect back on our ways of working? Where can we improve? How can we improve our coding practices? How can we improve our testing practices? What really is working for us? So you need to inspect overall, you need to inspect according to your project context, what is really working for you, and accordingly you need to adapt. You don't have to follow Agile to the T, but you really need to see what is working for your context, because there is not a one size fits solution for all. Right? You can always do this. Doable, guys. Is it doable? Just type doable in the chat box if you feel that this is really doable. And you don't really need to be into a Scrum Master role to really exhibit this kind of skill set and to implement all of these practices. Yes, type doable in the chat box. Thank you so much. But the problem is, many people don't think in this direction, though it's so simple. Why? Because they follow others. And there is a great saying which says that if everyone is thinking in the same direction, no one is thinking. How many of you agree with this and understand this, guys? Type agree in the chat box if you agree with this great quote, which says if everyone is thinking in the same direction, no one is thinking. Meaning, let's say if you feel that your friends, your colleagues, your family members are doing CSM, PSM, some certificate and they're applying for the SM role, so let me also do the same thing. Right? Guys, let me tell you, thousands of professionals are doing the same thing. And if you are also doing the same thing, if your friends are also doing the same thing, how are you going to stand out from them? Tell me, how are you going to stand out from them? And by the way, getting certificate, applying for SM position, that was the old traditional way of applying. But now the hiring process is evolving. In fact, it has evolved. The Scrum Master position has evolved. Now that traditional way doesn't work. You need to change your focus from that I'm a CSM certified, I'm a certified Scrum Master, I just need little bit help in the interview, to how I can first truly master the craft, how I can exhibit whatever I know, how I can first get that practical experience. And guys, believe me, once you change your focus at the right place, this promotion, job hikes, leadership position, Scrum Master position, everything will start falling in place automatically. Everything will start falling in place. Thank you so much, Rani. But the problem is many people don't think in this direction. They follow others. And we don't have to follow others. We have to create our own path. We have to stand out from others, and there are ample amount of opportunity for you to stand out from others. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Krishna. In fact, let me give you one more example. See, we do have these 5 Scrum values. See, guys, you don't need to be waiting for that. Once I get that Scrum Master opportunity, then only I'll implement. Start implementing it even though you are not a Scrum Master. Because once you start proactively taking the actions, that will get noticed in your manager's eyes. And let's say internally, if you get some opportunity, if you have any opportunities, you are the first person who will be considered for this. Because you are also showcasing your skills, you are taking some leadership positions, you are taking leads in implementing these practices. So definitely you would be considered. So you have to do something. It's not that I'm just blindly applying for the SM jobs. Now consider these Scrum values, right? Openness, courage, respect, focus, and commitment. Scrum values are, I would say, the heart of Scrum. It is the crux of Scrum, and everyone is expected, right from leadership, top to bottom, everyone is expected to exhibit these Scrum values. And you know what, guys? You guys are already exhibiting it even though you are not a Scrum Master. And I'll tell you how. Consider openness. Now tell me, how many of you were open enough to share some kind of ideas or maybe some kind of innovations with your team or with your managers? How many of you have done this anytime maybe? You were open to share some, let's say if you are a tester, you might have shared some different way of testing. Let's say if you are a developer, you might have shared some different way of developing or anything. Even in your personal life, you were always open to share the ideas, innovations with your kids, with your spouse. Like you don't keep or you don't limit or you don't keep things only to yourself or the information to yourself. You are always open to share it with others. How many of you have done this? Just quickly type me in the chat box. Many of you, yes. Krishna, we have TM, Reddy, yes. Thank you so much. Sudhir, Jisha, Rani says always, yes. Many of you, right? Arjun. Now can all of you see that you are already living one of the Scrum value, which is openness? Maybe you might not have thought that you're actually running or exhibiting the value, but you're actually exhibiting that openness Scrum value. Same goes with, let's talk about respect. See, we all respect each other, right? We all respect our family members. We all respect elders in our family. We all respect our colleagues, whether we are in IT, non-IT, whether we are into Scrum Master position or not, we still respect each other. That means we are exhibiting respect from value. Same goes with focus, commitment. Now let's talk about courage. Tell me how many of you have gone out of your comfort zone? Right? You've gone out of your comfort zone. You are always open and courageous to welcome some change. Or maybe you have worked on something which you never worked before. How many of you have done this? Type me in the chat box. Now, it could be even a small thing. Let's say if you have started working on some new technology or maybe some new language, some new tool, like you moved out of your comfort zone. Maybe as a new role you started or from new location. How many of you have done this, guys? Or even in your personal life? You might have done scuba diving, bungee jumping, skydiving, like you were fully focused. You actually courageous to move out of your comfort zone, and with full focus and commitment, you did it. How many of you have done this? Many of you. Yes, Reshma, Krishna, Harsha, so many of you, Harshali. Courageous to ask the right questions. Absolutely right. So many of you. Now can all of you see that you guys are already exhibiting, guys, Scrum values? You don't really need to be into that position. And since we're talking about courage, moving out of your comfort zone, let me tell you one principle which really helped me to do what I'm doing today, moving from quality analyst to founder, is moving out of the comfort zone. Your growth lies, guys, write it down in the notepad. Your growth lies only and only outside your comfort zone. How many of you agree with this? Quickly type agree in the chat box. Type agree in the chat box if you agree with this. Your growth lies only and only outside your comfort zone, guys. If you are stuck in your current company since long, if you are stuck in your current position since long, guys, why are we waiting for? Move out. Move out, upgrade yourself. There are n number of possibilities and opportunities in the market waiting out for you. Learn different skills which are the need of an hour, just like Agile and Scrum nowadays. Move out, take that risk. And let me tell you, the moment you take risk, the moment you move out of your comfort zone, you will realize your true potential, which you will never realize if you are in your comfort zone. Because comfort and success doesn't stay together, guys. You really need to get uncomfortable, more and more uncomfortable with things. More and more uncomfortable with things. But many people don't do this. Why? Because it's always easy to quit and be in comfort, be into that mediocrity. But it takes guts to really move out, upgrade, because a lot of people have different kind of resistances. I don't have money to invest on myself. I don't have time. I have this problem, that problem. These are all the excuses, I would say. And by the way, this is not just a motivational talk. This I am telling you based on my own experience. I come from quality analyst background. I truly understand your pain, guys. I have been there few years back in your shoes. When I was a quality analyst, manual tester, I moved out of my comfort zone. I started as automation test lead. I have upgraded myself. From automation tester, again I have upgraded myself, started as a Scrum Master, again out of comfort zone. From Scrum Master to now a founder. Completely out of comfort zone, and that is really helping me to do what I am doing today. I have a reason to get up every morning from my bed because I know I want to truly serve the society. When I was a quality analyst, I never thought that one day I'll become a Scrum Master. Even I was not knowing about this role by that time. And then one day I'll become a founder. That too never ever in my wildest dream I thought of it, guys. But just because I always invested in myself, I've got my mentors, I've always moved out of my comfort zone, I'm here, what I am doing today. Helping others, serving the society, creating that impact, that big impact in the society. Yes. Thank you so much. So guys, if any one of you are still stuck, this is the time to move out of your comfort zone. This is the time. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is the biggest human enemy. Okay? Now let's quickly move on. In fact, some of my students, now I want to share the success story of the people coming from non-IT background, how they got this Scrum Master role. Again, they moved out of their comfort zone. Okay, so she is Juliet. If you see on my left side, you know what? She was a loan officer earlier, working in bank as a loan officer, and she got 2 offers as the Scrum Master in multinational company. Type crazy in the chat box if you feel this is really crazy. From loan officer to a Scrum Master. Can you believe this? Type crazy if you feel this is really crazy. See, she got into my community, she got that practical experience, and she was fully focused on her path, her journey. She was not aware of her environment or the negativity all around, or people saying, no, you cannot do it, coming from loan officer. She know where she want to go, and she was consistent in taking the steps. She was like always taking the actions, and she has invested in herself, and the results are in front of you. What she says, I'm already 2 weeks in. Thank you so much for all you did. Thanks for empowering us and helping me believe on myself, define my goals, which I work towards achieving. I really do appreciate your help. Enrolling in your session is the greatest investment I made. Until date, I'm still getting value from recordings. What she says, thank you for helping me believe on myself. Now, I want to reiterate it. Why? Because I know many of you here may be having that self-doubt or maybe some limiting belief that I don't know whether I'll be able to do it. Or those small inner voices, right, which really pulls us down, that maybe I'm coming from non-IT, I don't have a practical experience, or even if I'm coming from IT, I don't know whether I'll be able to do it. How many of you resonating what I'm saying, guys? Those inner small voices, or maybe some negative environments which is really stopping you to move forward, or a lot of other resistances which is stopping you to move forward. Type R for resonating if you are resonating with what I'm saying. That was Juliet a few months back, but she overcame that. So if she can do it, if I can do it, if so many people can do it, definitely you can also do it. It's just that you really need to get rid of any kind of resistances which you may be having in your mindset. We all are stuck here, by the way. Many of us are stuck here, mindset part. And if you don't believe on yourself, how can you expect others or interviewers to believe on you? So you need to start believing on yourself first. And you can do it, guys. Believe me, you can do it. I have that. See, you have the power to transform your own life. Everyone have that power to transform their own life. If, with proper mindset, with proper guidance and proper system in place, anyone can do it. Sakir, coming from non-IT background again, having 18 plus years of experience in finance. What he said, being a non-IT professional, I was in self-doubt again, that whether I'll be successful in the Scrum Master role or not. However, after joining a Scrum Master Mastermind program, I acquired a practical experience of Scrum framework and got an opportunity of a Scrum Master within 4 months. Now, he might also have thought that I'm coming from non-IT. I'm not ready to move out of my comfort zone. But since he was very clear that this is where I want to go and I'm ready to invest on myself with right system, he got a Scrum Master job within 4 months. And let me tell you guys, all of these guys not only got this Scrum Master job, but they are doing really excellent in their current job role, because that intention or the mindset is really, I would say that is right from start itself, that they have a long-term goal of becoming that true leader. They are not settling for small. And that is the reason they are actually different from rest of the aspiring and new Scrum Masters. Okay, now let's quickly move on to our third secret, which is how to get interview calls. Now for this, you need to understand these 4 things. Number 1, don't exaggerate on your Scrum Master experience. Now, if you are mentioning 4 to 5 years of experience on your CV, like Scrum Master experience, even if you don't have it, guys, stop making this mistake right now. Why? Because let's say even if you mention 4 to 5 years of experience, let's say even if you get the interview call, but the moment you respond in the interview, the kind of maturity you show in your answers, the kind of vocabulary you will use in your interview, your interviewer will immediately understand that whether you are having that real-time experience or you are just manipulating with your experience. Guys, let me tell you, you cannot fluff with your interviewer nowadays. Interviewers are so smart, they can easily make it out. I have been an interviewer since so many years. Within few minutes, I understand. Just after taking 1 or 2 questions, I understand who is a genuine person and who is manipulative. Based on the maturity, the answers that reflect in their maturity, and also based on the vocabulary they use. Now, when I say vocabulary, a lot of people say Scrum ceremonies. Guys, but it is not ceremony. What is the right word for ceremony? Can someone tell me? I have been using that actually. I have used it, in fact, in this masterclass many times. It's no more Scrum ceremonies. It's called, what it is called? Yes, anyone? It is called Scrum events. Absolutely. It is called Scrum events. And you know what? There's a reason why it is called event, why not ceremony? How many of you try to find out that why it is called event, why not ceremony? There is no more product backlog grooming, it's called product backlog refinement. There is no more development team under Scrum team. It is called developers. Why? Because they don't want that sub-hierarchy again in the Scrum team by calling it as a development team. Everyone in the Scrum team is at same level. That is the reason they replace that word with developers. And guys, imagine if you're using those old terminologies in the interview, definitely it is going to leave the bad impression on your interviewer. Your interviewer will feel that you yourself is not keeping upgraded with the latest market changes. How are you going to promote that continuous learning environment as an agilist? See, you need to walk the talk. And you know what? All of these small things in the interview really matters a lot, and you need to be mindful of what words you are using, because words do have power. A lot of people just, don't pay attention to it. They just read the Scrum guide, some videos they see here and there, and they go in the interview. But they are not really mindful of the other things. And see, some people say does words really matters in the interview? I say yes, it does matter. If it doesn't matter, tell me why the founder of Scrum themselves, Ken Shobler and Jeff Sutherland, why they have been changing the Scrum guide by just some tweaks in the words. If you refer to earlier Scrum Guide 2017 and the latest one, which is 2020, you will see some tweaks in the words. So guys, words do have power, and you really need to be mindful of what you're using. So never ever just focus on exaggerating on a Scrum Master experience. You will easily get caught up. However, on the other hand, let's say to have that right, I'm saying right theoretical. Now why I'm saying right theoretical, guys, lot of misunderstanding even theory people have. If you have that right theoretical and practical implementation of Scrum, and if you're already exhibiting it in some or other way, you can still mention 1 to 3 years of experience as a Scrum Master on your CV. And by mentioning that much of experience, if you're able to answer only few interview questions with effectiveness, with confidence, by sharing your own example that this is what I have done or this is how I have been doing it, definitely you are going to get that chance. See, you are not expected to answer all the interview questions, by the way. Only few if you answer, but the way you approach your thought process, that will help you to get that job. So never just focus on exaggerating. Clear? Number 2, use keywords. Now many of you must already be doing it. That you need to use keywords like, daily Scrum sprint planning, reviews, retrospective, product backlog refinement, teaching, coaching, mentoring, Scrum values, Agile values and principles, empiricism, continuous improvement, true leadership. You need to use these keywords in your CV, because there is an automated system called ATS which scan your CV based on this keyword. And if your CV don't have this keyword, it will get rejected then and there itself, even before it goes in the hand of recruiter or a hiring manager. So use these keywords. Number 3, explain your achievement. Now this one is really very important, guys. You all need to have an achievement section in your CV where you mention all of your achievements so far. Very, very important. Now, achievements could be in any form. If you have got any award, if you have presented any white paper, if you have, presented any POC, any creative ideas or any training, let's say you have given, anything which you did, which helped you or your team in achieving something, mention that in your achievement section. Plus, you need to mention the outcomes in terms of percentage in your achievement section. Very, very powerful. See, it's not only about the skills. Now, what happens? Many people only talk about skills. Okay, I have an experience in facilitating different Scrum events. Let's say if you're a developer, you may say that I am good in development, the Java or Angular or whatever. If you're a tester, you may say that I have done testing, I've used Jira or different tools. See, everyone knows that. But then what outcomes you achieve with that knowledge is what really matters. You remember in the start I told you, it's not about what knowledge, it's about what you achieved with that is what matters. So you really need to talk about those outcomes in terms of percentage. How will it help in your team or your organization? Okay. For example, when I was an aspiring Scrum Master guy, just like you, I always used to mention this one thing. I mean, I used to mention multiple things, but I'll just give you one example that 30% reduction in the manual work by implementing test automation tools. Now, can all of you see the moment you mention the outcomes, it will definitely catch in the eye of interviewer and you are likely get those interview calls. Because very few, or I would say not even the 1%, less than 1% talk about the achievement. Everyone just focus on these skill sets. Clear? Is this clear, guys? This type clear in the chat box if you're clear on the achievement part, because this is really important. Why? Because even the interviewer, see, that will show that, okay, you give importance to the outcomes, and being a Scrum Master, definitely you need to have, you need to measure different matrices and you need to focus on the outcomes. Because what companies needs, someone who can produce some kind of outcomes for their company. And if you are mentioning that, definitely your CV is going to stand out from rest of the CVs. When I scan a lot of CVs, I'm saying less than 1% have the achievement section. Now, can all of you see what is the maturity of people in the market? And then fourth one is show relevant total experience, not just Agile or Scrum, total, whatever experience you are currently into. You may be QA, you may be dev, you may be non-IT professional, you may be HR, whatever. You need to mention that relevant total experience, which are, I mean, you need to mention those transferable skills. For example, see, this is just an example which you can mention on your CV, right? Let's say if you don't have a prior experience, 5 years of experience as a developer or a quality analyst working in Scrum team. You must already be working in the Scrum team as a QA or as a developer, right? So focus mentioning Scrum team. Even though you're working as a developer or QA, mention that I have an experience working in the Scrum team, right? I have a 10 years of experience as a project manager working in agile ways of working, or worked as a software engineer in agile ways of working. Embrace the change which helped me achieve some XYZ. Now, we have already seen how many changes you are already embracing. COVID is one of the big change, right? Nobody thought of COVID, but we all accepted that change. So many changes. So many people are you. I know many of you are married over here. You know, after marriages, so many changes comes in our life, right? Some positive change, some negative changes, but we all are accepting it. Work from home, such a big change. Even in your professional life, what changes you are actually accepting? Mention that in your CV. See, this is what agility is all about, right? How you are embracing different changes, how you are adapting based on your your experience. You are following that empiricism. Exhibited Scrum values which help creating safe culture. We have already seen it. All of you are already exhibiting Scrum values in some or other way. Why not to mention that on your CV? In fact, some of my students coming from development background, coming from quality analysis, these are the kind of results they have got. So Shalini guys, coming from development background, again, not sure. She wanted to, she really got tired of doing that coding. She wanted to step into a leadership position. She was just searching what should be my next step. She got stuck. Then she joined my community, got that practical experience, and then she got 4 offers, not just 1 or 2. 4 offers as the Scrum Master in multinational companies. So many companies, but she joined one of the startup because she was like, no, with startup, I'll learn a lot of things. What she says, hi Sapna, Shalini here. I really, really wanted to thank you from bottom of my heart for such an amazing training programs and classes. After joining your classes, I got a lot of confidence and I could crack interviews with few organizations. I'm happy and excited to share that I got placed as a Scrum Master with one of the startup at Hyderabad location. She is Bhavna. Coming from quality analyst background, again, she was an aspiring Scrum Master, got stuck finding out those defects, wanted to move to a leadership position, joined my committee, got that confidence, practical experience, started appearing for the SM jobs, and results are in front of me. I've got the offer for a Scrum Master position from the BCT company Bangalore. Thanks a lot for your continued support. And what she says in the end, you truly helped me in changing my career from QA to SM. So guys, if you have right system in place, anyone can get into this. Let me tell you. Okay. Okay, since there was some network issue, guys, let me share my screen again. Yeah. Hope you all can see my screen. Can you please confirm in the chat box if you all can see my screen? Yeah. Just type clear in the chat box if you all can see my screen quickly. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Shruti. Thank you so much, Sham, Satish. Okay, great. Right, so the last point which I wanted to share is how to have the right mindset. Now, guys, pay a very, very close attention to this because this is the crux. Right? Everywhere, if you see, it is 80% mindset and 20% skill set. Okay, now when I say 80% mindset, meaning what exactly you all need to have. So number one is don't go as a job seeker, go as a value giver. Now tell me, how many of you go in the market as a job seeker? Just type JS quickly in the chat box if you go in the job market as job seeker. Like, yes, I want this job or ye job mujhe de do Thakur kind of. How many of you? Quickly type in the chat box. Be honest. Yes, Vishal, Shweta, we have Ganesh. Thank you so much. Yes, please hold on all your questions in the end, guys. As I said, I just want to go with the flow. Write down all your questions and ask it in the end. Yeah. Okay, great. Many of you, right, guys, but you don't have to go as a job seeker. You all have to go in the market as value giver. Value giver. See, you need to change your mindset. A small shift in mindset from I am here to get the job to this is the value which I can bring on the table. Right? I mean, you should be like, as per your JD boss, you need this, and this is how I can bring value on the table. This is how I can help in the growth opportunities of your organization. This is how I can help in increasing the productivity of your team. This is how I can help in increasing the ROI of your organization. Right? You all need to go with this mindset, guys. And once you have this mindset of giving, that I am here to give, not just to take, the kind of confidence in the interview you will have will be very high. How many of you agree with this? Just quickly type agree in the chat box. The confidence in the interview you will have will be very high because then you will be like, I'm not here to lose something. Right? You will not have that fear of losing the interview. However, if somebody is going to lose that person, if he or she is not selecting you, one small shift in the mindset have the profound impact on your interview, in your confidence, which reflects on your interview. Very, very important. Okay, so always go with the mindset of giving. And you know what, guys, all of you are experienced people here. I know that. Okay. And all of you have some or other kind of value to bring on the table. All of you have some or other kind of value to bring on the table. You don't need to underestimate yourself. You just need to think, reflect back on your journey and see what value you can bring on the table. That's what is really needed nowadays. Okay, so yeah, that is number one. Number two is interview is just a conversation. Now, tell me how many of you have fear about the interview, guys? Just quickly type fear in the chat box if you have fear in the interview, or maybe you get nervous, or like you make a lot of hype about the interview. Oh, I have an interview today. I don't know whether I'll be able to answer this question, that question, right? How many of you have this? Type fear in the chat box. Many of you, right? Guys, let me tell you, what is the interview? Interview is just another conversation. Just like you have the conversation with your friends, with your families, with your best friends, your colleagues, how do you enjoy that conversation with them? Same way you have to enjoy the conversation with your interviewer. Interview is just another way of conversation where you will have to have a conversation with some stranger. So why not to enjoy that? Why not to connect deeply with that interviewer? Right? See, guys, interview is a two-way street where first interviewer will ask you some set of questions to know more about you, to know more about your experience, and then in the end you get that question, do you have any question for me? Now don't simply say, no, I don't have any question, let's close this interview, or don't ask some silly question just for the sake of asking. You need to utilize that particular opportunity. Now, see, the ball is in your court. You should be waiting for that opportunity because that is the opportunity for you to make that great impression, the last great impression on your interviewer. So you need to utilize that opportunity to interview your interviewer as much as he or she interviewed you. Is this bulb on? Just type bulb on the chat box quickly if it's bulb on. Yes. Type bulb on. See, you have to utilize that particular opportunity to interview your interviewer as much as he or she interviewed you, to know more about the organizations, to know more about the position which you are applying for. You need to ask some really thought-provoking, powerful questions in that particular segment where even your interviewer will not have the answers. Let me give you one example. Yes, I'll give you one example. So, see, this is one of the questions which I always used to ask, that tell me why your organization have decided to transition to Agile. What is that problem which you're trying to solve by being Agile? Is this powerful, guys? Just type P for powerful if you feel that this question is really powerful. See, even sometimes your interviewer will not have answer for this, because nowadays, if Scrum Master is a panelist, he or she is taking your interview, he or she will not have that bigger vision or a bigger clarity that why organization have decided to transition to Agile, right? And if you are asking this type of question, definitely that will show your maturity and that will show your genuine interest in that particular position. So you need to be very mindful, well prepared on what kind of questions you are going to ask in that particular segment. Very, very important. Okay, and just treat interview as a conversation. Go with like full learning attitude, and just like before the interview, you can close your eyes and you can just say to yourself that I'm going to enjoy my interview today. I'm going to have that deeper connection with my interviewer and I'm going to learn something new today. And then just go with this mindset in the interview and see the kind of impact, the confidence you will have in the interview. It will shift like this. Because you know what? Many people stuck about the fear. Because of the fear, they stuck, right? But if you start thinking in this direction, definitely it is going to make a great impact. Then third is have the long-term goal and right intentions. This one is my favorite, guys. You all need to have the long-term goal right from day one. Don't settle for small, that I just need to get into a Scrum Master role, or I just need a little bit of growth. No, I want each one of you to think big, that okay, once I get into a Scrum Master role, how I'm going to make that difference, how I'm going to make that impact at my organizational level in my teams. That's where you need to start thinking right from day one, and that's how you will automatically start taking big inspired actions. Okay, and have the right intentions. So see, guys, whatever you do, if you have the right intentions, no one can stop you to achieve what you want. So for example, as a Scrum Master, you need to have the intentions of truly serving your team. You need to have the intentions of truly serving your organization, and that too without expectations, without any fancy titles. That is the reason, guys, Scrum Master is such an honorable position. It's a servant leadership position where if you really make justice to this role, current Scrum Masters are the future CEOs and executives of the organization. A lot of people ask me, ma'am, after Scrum Master, what next? I always answer, sky is the limit once you get into this role. And if you follow that step-by-step system, if you follow the step-by-step process, sky is the limit. As I said, current Scrum Masters are the future CEOs and executives of the organization. That's how I see, guys, Scrum Master role evolving. Very few or none of the people think in this direction because of their short-term thinking. Okay, and then fourth one, which is like this is something which really transformed my life from quality analyst to now a founder, is have a mentors in your life. Now don't ignore it after listening to this, guys. Now when I say have a mentor, rather than going and figuring out things by your own and wasting your lot of time, money and just your effort, learn from someone who has already experienced in that field. Have that experiential learning. That would be the greatest learning you will ever have. And guys, this I have learned very hard way on my journey. When I was a quality analyst, I had no mentors. Why? Because I was not really knowing the importance of having a mentors in one's life. unless and until I had my own mentors. In fact, let me tell you a quick story. See, I was sitting in one of the masterclass just like this as an aspiring Scrum Master, and I was at your end. I was at other place, right, at your end, few years back. In that masterclass, first time I came, important role in your life. I thought, okay, anyways, as a quality analyst, I have not invested much on my career growth. Let me take this risk and let me see how it goes. Anyways, I was paying a lot of cost by being into my comfort, right? So I thought, let me have this. I took that risk. I have decided my mentor in that masterclass itself, guys, and I took one decision then and there itself. And believe me, that one decision changed my destiny from quality analyst to now a founder. Just because of that one decision. See, decisions are what changes your destiny. Now, how many of you agree that whatever is your current situation, this is the outcome of the decisions you took in the past, the actions you took in the past, the way you have been thinking so far, and the way you have been working? How many of you agree with this? Quickly type A for agree in the chat box, that you are only responsible for the outcome or the experience which you are currently into. Yes, we are all only responsible, guys. And if you aspire to become a different self, if you have to have that exponential growth, you have to change the input. See, if you do the same thing which you have been doing the same so far, right, you will keep getting same kind of results. So first, you have to change the way you have been thinking so far. You need to have that growth mindset, learning and investing in your own learning. You need to change the way you have been working, and you need to take the right decisions and actions which are aligned with your career goals. Immediate actions, don't procrastinate, and see the kind of results you get. Okay, now again, this I'm telling you based on my own experience, guys. I was at your place few years back, and this is something which has completely transformed my life. And now I have 4 to 5 mentors from whom I am learning, not just Agile and Scrum, but all the areas of my life. And you know what? This is not just to exaggerate, but to tell you that I give 10 lakhs rupees to my mentor Siddharth, just to bring into his proximity and just to learn as much as I can from him. Every year, 10 lakhs. Can you believe this? This kind of growth mindset I have got after having my mentor. When I was a quality analyst, even if I used to do some certification, for example, ISTQB, right? I used to think twice that whether this certification amount will get reimbursed from my organizations or not. Right? And now I give 10 lakhs, and I have invested lakhs of rupees in my own learning. Never ever I thought earlier that one day will come where I'm going to invest this much of amount on my own learning. I never in my wildest dream I thought of it. But why I'm doing it? Because I understood the return on investment of self-investment. I have already recovered that amount in 10x. Why? Because I made myself deserving in the market now, where I'm sharing my wisdom of knowledge and I'm creating leaders and the impact in the society. Same goes with you guys, right? Desiring alone will not have that. I desire to become a great Scrum Master. I desire to have a higher compensation. You need to be deserving as well in order to stay ahead in this competitive job market. You need to invest, you need to learn and upgrade your skills. My mentor Siddharth always says one thing which really hit me very hard, that if you want to be expensive in the job market, you got to be expansive. Type GD in the chat box, guys, if this has gone deep. Type GD in the chat box. And how many of you are resonating with this, what I'm saying? You got to be in order to stay expensive in the job market, you got to be expansive. Expansive in terms of your skills, your skills, how much you are upgrading yourself, your knowledge. You will grow to the extent your skills will grow. As simple as that, and this is very clear. The moment you stop learning, your growth will stop. How many of you agree with this? Quickly type A for agree in the chat box. You will grow to the extent your skills will grow. If you stop learning, your growth will stop. Because in order, see, you also know nowadays, not nowadays, but since so many years, a lot of changes are coming in the market, right? And in order to stay ahead, we always need to keep learning, always investing in ourselves. I'm learning, guys. I will keep learning till the time I'm here on this planet, and I want each one of you to never ever stop learning in your life. Okay? And have a mentor who can guide you on your career path, because mentors are always there to guide you step by step to achieve your goals. Mentors are always there to give you the right direction, which you cannot achieve by your own. Even if you achieve it, it takes a lot of years. I mean, you take a lot of time in order to reach there. However, if you have a mentor, you do it quickly. Okay? So always have mentors in your life. Okay, now if you go and read the autobiography of all the great leaders, made with Dhoni, Ratan Tata ji or Elon Musk, you go and read their autobiography, guys, all of them had mentors in their life. All of them. Now tell me, after listening to me for last 1.5 hours, how many of you truly feel that seriously there are so many things to learn on this planet? You just have to type me with lot of ease in the chat box that seriously there are so many things to learn on this planet, and whatever I have shared, there are so many things to learn. Implement those things and start my career as an effective Scrum Master as well as great Agile leader. Quickly type me in the chat box and I'm ready to step into this management position. Quickly type me in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are truly ready for this. Thank you so much, Chetna. We have Mahesh. We have Naman. Yes, Shruti. Thank you so much, Shweta. We have Naveen. Great. Thank you. Really appreciate it, guys. See, this is the first step, let me tell you. Now tell me, how many of you feel that if you don't take that decision right now, you're going to waste a lot of your time, efforts, and you're going to leave a lot of money on the table by just procrastinating, think that, okay, I'll do it later, or maybe I don't have money. A lot of resistances, right? I don't know whether I'll be able to do it. Everyone can do it, whatever they want. It's just that if you have that right system and you take immediate action, you get whatever you want. Or maybe some of you may be thinking by, I'll just watch some YouTube videos and then I'll be able to crack the code. Let me tell you guys, even I used to think in that direction, but after having a mentor, I did not think in that direction, because Google and YouTube is there more than 25 years for now, right? But then tell me, how many people on this entire planet became successful crorepati's and intelligent by just consuming information from Google? Tell me, give me that percentage in the chat box quickly. Whatever comes to your mind. How many percentage of the people on this entire planet became successful, intelligent and crorepati's by just consuming that information from Google? You would be shocked to know not even 1%. Less than 1% people. See, definitely everything is available on YouTube, no doubt. But then why people are getting laid off? Why people are still struggling to get into a management position? Why you guys are here attending this masterclass if everything is available on YouTube and Google? Let me tell you one secret. Okay? Now what people lacks today is not the knowledge, guys. Knowledge is everywhere. You go and buy some free Udemy, Coursera. Knowledge is everywhere. But what people lacks is a step-by-step system, the step-by-step practical implementation, and someone who can motivate them, inspire them to take the action. Action taking is lacking and the step-by-step system is lacking. That is the reason mentors and community comes in picture. How many of you agree with this? Quickly type agree in the chat box. Otherwise, you go on YouTube, you will fall all over the place. You will fall all over the place. There is no step-by-step system there. There is no step-by-step practical implementation guide. And that's where mentors comes in picture. If you understand this today and if you take the action, guys, let me tell you, few years, just few months, the kind of transformation you will have in terms of your mindset, in terms of your growth, will be totally different. Why this I'm telling? Because based on my own experience, after looking at my students, right, many of them were just like you attending this masterclass. They took the decision in masterclass and now they got right from day one the long-term goal, and they are growing exponentially, not just small growth, exponential growth, because whatever is needed is there with them. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Satish, Shruti, yeah, Naveen, absolutely. Mahesh, yeah. Now, one just last question, guys. How many of you are now truly ready to make this 2024? Now, 2024 is anyways ending. How many of you are truly ready to make a new year, 2025 year, the best year of your career? Quickly type MO in the chat box if your mind is open to learn new things, okay, and to make this 2025 year the best year of your career. Type MO in the chat box that no, now I don't have that growth mindset. I don't want to get into that mediocrity. I want to move out. I want to take the actions. Let me see how it works for me. And I want to make 2025 year the best year. Quickly type MO in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. So many of you really appreciate it, and that's where I have devised the Scrum Master Blueprint program, ultimate program, and this program has helped so many professionals just like you coming from IT, non-IT, to step into this management position, which is the Scrum Master role, and they are doing excellent in their current job role. They have got even 80% of job hikes based on their current experience, and the organizations they applied, anywhere they got from 30% to 200% job hike by just taking this one decision and following the system. Okay, now can I have your quick permission to talk about this paid program, which is so much value packed and with very affordable price? If I have your permission, just give me PG quickly in the chat box, permission granted, so that I'll quickly reveal what is the system which you'll have to follow, and you will be mind blown by listening how much value you are getting and the kind of amount you will have to pay. Type PG quickly. Thank you so much. Yes, Kirti, Chetna, Shweta, yeah, Shrivalli, yes, Shruti, Varun. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Sonam, Naveen, great. Vaishali, yes, thank you. Now, guys, before I reveal, just one thing. Now, this system is not for someone who need quick fix or quick results. If you are someone who need quick results, this is not for you. Maybe you can leave this webinar because for you, this is ended here. But yes, if you are really ready to come on that transformative journey along with me, because in order, here our intention is to become that great leader. And in order to become that great leader, it's something which cannot happen overnight. You have to go through a transformative journey. And if you are ready to experience that journey, this program is for you. Okay, so let me quickly now share my screen. This is the Scrum Master Blueprint program, an ultimate training system which is designed to help you become a great Scrum Master. And in fact, I do have a special offer for each one of you. This is a masterclass special offer, guys. Since you came so far, you were so patiently listening to me. I'm going to reveal this offer in the end, so don't leave, otherwise you're going to lose on this special offer. And definitely, I'm also going to give you different bonuses as well. Now, guys, if you're facing any of the challenges, which now I'm going to talk about, without even a single thought, you need this program if you really want to grow and you don't want to waste your time. If you no more want to waste your time, okay? So, number one, if you don't have a practical experience in Agile or Scrum, this program is for you. If you don't have an Agile and Scrum knowledge, this program is for you. In fact, even if you have the Agile and Scrum knowledge, let me tell you, you need to unlearn something to learn new things, and there's a lot of misunderstanding even about Agile and Scrum. Oh my God, I'm taking Scrum Master interviews every single day, and the kind of Maturity they shows in the answer. Even they lack in theory, and they mention they have 4 to 5 years of Scrum Master experience. Can you believe this? And then a lot of people says, I'm not getting into because I'm getting rejected. Man, what all knowledge you have, is it really experiential based? Okay. Third, if you are from non-IT, if you are a non-technical guy, does not matter, because Scrum Master is a people and process control. You will have a great work-life balance. You don't really need to have that coding and testing experience. If you are not able to clear interviews, if you are not able to get the interview calls, does not matter. If you don't have any certification, does not matter. If you are a new Scrum Master but you are struggling in implementing Scrum step by step, does not matter. If you are into different role now, right, and you want to now get rid of that mediocrity, doing same things, you want to step into this management and leadership position, definitely this program is for you, and I have got all of you covered. Okay, so guys, this is a silver lifetime membership program. Okay, and it's not like a 2-day or a 3-day training. It's a membership program, and as a part of this membership, you're going to get 5 C's. Can all of you quickly type 5C in the chat box so that I'll quickly reveal what all are these 5 C's you're going to get? Not like 2-day, 3-day, because if you attend 2-day, 3-day training, you just get burned out with all the concepts. Once training is over, you forget everything. You don't get an opportunity to implement in practice. It's not like that. It's a membership program. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. So the first C is course. Courses. The Scrum Master Blueprint, where I have explained each and every element of Agile and Scrum with real-time example. This one course will help you to set your foundation of Agile and Scrum very, very strong. You will never forget the concepts because I have explained everything with real-time example. Now, this is a pre-recorded video of mine. Okay, just like this, I have recorded it with example, with very layman and simple language. And how much it is, like 3 to 4 hours of video. You just need to spend like 15 minutes to 30 minutes every single day, and within 2 days you will be able to complete it. This is number one. Even if you have Agile and Scrum knowledge, let me tell you, a lot of your misunderstanding will get clear once you go through this course. In fact, you can use this real-time example in your interview as well. Okay, very, very impactful. Number 2, second C is coaching. The hands-on, live, practical coaching masterclass. Weekly masterclass, it would be live. I'll be teaching all of the concepts in practice. We don't get into theory, we directly get into action. Okay, so what do we cover in these practical sessions is this. Right from product vision till metric generation, everything would be covered in Jira on a project, and you are going to get a project-like experience where there will be different missions. So we start always with product vision, where I'm going to teach you how do you create a product vision using different tools and templates and techniques, and then you will also get a chance to create it by yourself, right? Then we get into a roadmap. How do we create a roadmap? So see, you always start with vision first. What is the product? So whenever any project or product get onboarded in any of the organization, this is the sequence generally is being followed in most of the organizations, right? Here and there may be a change based on the project context, but that is what we cover. And what all templates I'm going to use, maybe vision, roadmap, DOD, DOR, capacity planning, all of those templates also you're going to get it. Okay. Then release planning, where I'll teach you how do we conduct the release planning in reality. What is the role of Scrum Master in release planning? What is the role of other accountabilities in the release planning, and how do we exactly do it in reality? Then we get into a user story mapping workshop, where we map the customer journey using different tools, techniques. Then we create a project in Jira, where I'll be giving you a free Jira account. To set up your free accounts, I'll be helping you to set up your end-to-end Jira accounts. And then I'll teach you how do you create the project epic stories in Jira. Then effective user story writing workshop will be there, where together we all will be writing the user stories by following all the best practices. Then we get into estimations, again using different techniques. We'll be doing the estimations. Then complete sprint simulation. So once we have the draft product backlog, then we start our sprint in Jira. So see, all of this we implement on a project. Okay, so we start our sprint, we have our sprint planning, then daily Scrum, then sprint review, sprint retrospective, even the product backlog refinement also we have before we start our sprint. And everything would be in practice. There would be a role play for each of these Scrum events. This is the USP of this program, where some of you would be Scrum Masters, some of you would be POs, some of you would be stakeholders, some of you would be developers, and you yourself would be facilitating this Scrum events. First, I'll teach you how exactly should be the flow and how do you conduct it effectively. And then you would be doing that role play. I will be just an observer, and then I'll tell you exactly where you have gone wrong and where you need to improve. And also we discuss different situations also in the different Scrum events. So that covers the situational based questions. So see, once you have this practical experience, you will be able to correlate in your interview. Very, very impactful. And it's like we have one dedicated session for one particular event. It's not that in one session we cover everything. No. One particular session only and only for daily Scrum, where we cover in and out of daily Scrum. Likewise, we have the individual sessions for each of the Scrum events. There would be breakout room activities. Sometimes I'll share some case studies as well, and you will feel as if you are already working with the Scrum team. Okay. Then the last would be missions and dashboard generation from Jira. So once we have our sprint retrospective, we actually close our sprint, and then I'll teach you how do you generate different matrices and create a dashboard in Jira with different matrices so that you can share that with your stakeholders. Okay, so guys, this is what would be covered in all the practical sessions, right from start till end. And these practical sessions would be every Tuesday, 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. for 2.5 months. Okay, 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sometimes we go till 11 p.m. as well, which is like 11:30 a.m. for people outside India, Eastern time. But for Indian people, it will be 9 p.m. to 10:30 every Tuesday. For 2.5 months, it's a rigorous training, and the beauty of this session is, even if you are not able to attend it live, you will get a recording of that particular session. But I always recommend you to join live, because there is a magic when you join the sessions live. You get an opportunity to interact with each others. You get an opportunity to hear others' insights and ideas, right? You get an opportunity to ask questions, to take part in role play, and to take part in breakout room activities, and you get a lot of value. But let's say if you're not able to attend just because of some or other reason, you just watch the recording. Okay? So this is, and by the way, these sessions are always recurring and continuous. We have these sessions again and again. And this is how we do run our practical sessions, everyone on camera. So much of learning, following those systems and taking actions. And most importantly, everyone have a great mindset to start with and the intentions. And we all help each other to grow. There is no competition as such. Everyone is so much helpful to each other. Okay. Then the third C is challenge. So there would be a 90-day Scrum-a-thon challenge which I'll be giving you. You have to complete it within 90 days. There would be an assignment given to you after every practical session. You have to submit it. And based on that, you are going to get the fourth C, which is certificate of my own community, which is a Scrum-a-thon finisher award. This certificate will certify you that you have demonstrated the practical experience of Scrum. Now, this is not the CSM or PSM, okay? This is way beyond it, because this would be given to you not by just giving you some test or some set of questions. No. This would be given to you after assessing your practical experience in terms of Scrum-a-thon challenge. Okay? Very, very important, and you can mention this certificate on your CV, on your LinkedIn profile, even on your Naukri profile, and definitely it is going to add value. Clear? Then and then every Thursday also we meet for our inner circle call. So guys, in a week we would be meeting twice. Every Tuesday for practical sessions and every Thursday for inner circle calls, where there would be different topics. I'll be teaching you different topics. There would be even live Q&A where you can ask me what all questions you have. And this is every Thursday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Right? And then fifth C is community. Okay, so you're going to get added to my private Facebook group. I do have my WhatsApp announcement community for all my paid students. You will get added into that also. And on our portal, we do have a community where you can ask questions to other community members, and you will get added into that as well. See, I always believe, guys, rather than learning alone, if you are part of like-minded people who are action takers, you get the results, because you bound to get the results, you take the actions and you get the results, rather than learning alone. If I would have been alone on my journey as a QA, maybe today I would have been into QA manager or some manager position. But just because I selected my mentor, I am part of various communities, I am in front of you. Okay, so guys, the complete bundle, Scrum Master Blueprint, live practical coaching sessions every Tuesday, 90-day Scrumathon challenge, inner circle call every Thursday, private community access and advanced certificate. The complete bundle price is just 24,999 INR plus GST, which is $300 for people outside India. But I have a special discount as well as bonus only and only for action takers. I want only serious people in this community who are action oriented. Okay, because I want results for you, right? Now, those who are going to take fast action today, now, you are going to get 5 more bonuses. Number 1, so whatever I have shared apart from that, you will get bonus number 1, which is user story writing guide. Again, this is a pre-recorded video of mine where I have explained how do you write user story effectively by following all the best practices, and I have given different set of real-time examples. This is 5,999 in value, not price. 5,999 in value, which will get absolutely free if you join my community now. Second, bonus estimations in Agile, where I have explained different estimations techniques, when to use which technique, again with real-time examples. 1,999 in value, which will get absolutely free. Third, metrics in Agile, where I have explained different set of metrics, not just the velocity and burn down. Okay, when I take these Scrum Master interviews, I just ask them, tell me what are the performance indicators or what are other measures you have used to make the data-driven decisions apart from velocity and burn down. I don't get any answers. If you answer velocity and burn down, you are gone. There are a lot of value-based, team-based, outcome-based metrics, quality-based metrics, which you should be knowing, which I have explained over here. This is 5,999 in value, which will get absolutely free. Fourth bonus, a sample, powerful sample Scrum Master CV. And this is 5,999 in value. This particular CV has helped so many of my students to fetch a lot of interview calls because I have given a very effective CV, not just like other CVs. This is, you just need to take this CV and tweak your existing CV little bit as per the sample CV, and you're good to go. 5,999 in value, which will get absolutely free if you join my community now. Fast action bonus, right? And the last bonus is Scrum Master mock interview. Now, this is a very, very powerful session. Now, this is not a course. This would be a live session. A group, there would be one group live session where I teach you what exactly you should be keeping in mind while answering in this Scrum Master interview in order to create those effective replies. And I also take the mock interviews. I invite people on hot seat. I ask them situational based interview questions, right? And then I give them the feedback as well. And you, by just being into that session, in fact, you can also come on hot seat. So first come, first serve basis, right? You will understand what kind of questions being asked and how should we respond. Very, very effective, and what should be our mindset in the interview. This is 10,000 in value, which will get absolutely free if you join my community absolutely now. Okay. So the complete bonus, complete bundle, along with the 5 bonuses, price is 50,000, which is $600, where you're going to get access for this complete bundle for 3 months. It's not just a 2-day training. You get access for complete 3 months. But as I said, I have a special discount for action takers. And guys, why am I giving you this discount? Very, very important for you to know this. See, I come from a middle class family background where I have seen my parents striving for the livelihood. We did not have money even for our education. And since I started, when I was a new Scrum Master, I told you I struggled a lot for my initial 2 years because of lack of mentorship and lack of practical experience. And I don't want any one of you to go through the similar journey, guys. I want each one of you to be super confident, super strong, super productive right from day one, because you followed the right system. And because of the fact that now I am on a bigger mission to form the university of top 1% successful Scrum Masters and change makers, I am giving you this discount. So if you would really like to be into that top 1%, definitely you can join this. Okay, so the complete bundle is 50,000, but you don't have to pay 50,000. You don't even need to pay 25,000. Shall I tell you how much amount you have to pay? Just type BIO in the chat box quickly. Yes, type BIO, bring it on, so that I'll quickly reveal the price which you'll have to pay in reality for this awesome bundle where you're going to get access for full 3 months. Okay, thank you so much. You just have to pay, guys, one time amount of only and only 19,999 INR, which is $300 for people outside India, where you get the access for complete bundle for 3 months. Do you want better deal? Yes, how many of you want better deal? Just type BD in the chat box that, okay, Sapna, I'm completely ready to join this community, but I want one more better deal. Type BD. Yes, let me see how many of you need that one or last better deal. And you will be mind blown. Let me tell you the kind of value you are getting, and if you compare it with 2 days ka certification and their price and the value, you will be mind blown with the kind of value. Thank you so much. So guys, I'm going to run the timer of 15 minutes. This is a very time sensitive offer, by the way. And if you make the transaction within this 15 minutes, you don't have to pay 19,999. You just have to pay only one time amount of 9,999 INR, which is $160 for people outside India, where you are going to get access not for 3 months, but for lifetime. Lifetime access for whatever you see on my screen. That means you can access all the courses what you see on my screen for lifetime. You can watch it from your mobile, from your laptop. In fact, you will get an exclusive access to our Scrum Champions mobile app as well, from where you can access the courses. You can join the live sessions also from that. And when I say lifetime access, meaning you can attain these live practical sessions as many times as you want. There is no limit. You can take part in this 90 days Scrumathon challenge as many times as you want. Whatever you see on my screen, it's a lifetime access. But this deal is only and only for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, the price is going to increase to 20,000, where the lifetime access will not be there and bonuses also will not be there. Yes, Shruti, I know many of you are asking for the payment link. Let me give you quickly the payment link, and I'll also run the timer. Okay, this is the payment link, guys. Be quick. Now don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate, okay? No-brainer deal, I'm telling you. Don't even think twice. Even if you have resonated with me throughout the webinar, even for a single minute, take it. You just believe on me and take this decision. Make this decision for yourself, okay? Let me quickly start the timer. And I'm going to show the system with you, like how the system will work. I'm also going to demonstrate from where you can attend the live session immediately, how you can access all the courses and everything. And I'm also going to answer all your questions so that you get complete clarity. But be quick, last 14 minutes, 44 seconds left. Is there any EMI option, Naina? No, because it's very small amount. That is, there is a no EMI option. If it would have been like 20, 30K, then the EMI option maybe would have been there. And this is the GPay number 77090485559. Anyone would like to pay through GPay, PhonePe, you can pay on this. In fact, I'll give the scanner as well, but be quick. Meanwhile, let me share some of the success stories. Yeah. Okay, Shweta, I want to join. Yeah, whatever questions, Shweta, you have any kind of resistances, please do ask me in the chat box so that you get that absolute clarity in today's call itself. Yes, I'm here to help you out. Don't worry. What you are sure, what you are not sure about. When the course is starting, the course will start immediately. You make the payment, Pujita. Okay, and I'll tell you exactly what should be your next step. Now, today is Sunday, right? Coming Tuesday, immediately you can start attending the live sessions from coming Tuesday itself. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Pujita, now let me quickly share my screen. Once we paid and get the lifetime access, do you will clear the live project out? Absolutely, Nandini, you can ask all your questions in our Thursdays Inner Circle call whenever we have live Q&A. In fact, you can ask it in our Tuesdays call also. Yeah, no morning batches, Pujita. This is the only session we have. Yeah. 1 second. Let me quickly share my screen, guys. Be quick. Don't procrastinate. That is the thing only I would like to say. My students, they were just like you guys. Believe me, aspiring Scrum Masters, new Scrum Masters, no growth. They wanted to shift into management. They took this decision and the results are in front of you. She is Swati coming from non-IT. What she says, she got this Scrum Master opportunity within 1.5 months of joining the course. What she says, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Sapna for her insightful teaching. Her classes has helped me crack the Scrum Master interview within 1.5 months of joining the course. What she says, in the end, I'm completely from non-technical background and was able to secure the SM job by just going through her course. She is Swati. Now, she is Divisha, guys. She was working as a release manager in PMO. Again, she was not, and by the way, she was having 3 years of career gap. Many of my students coming from career break, career gap, they are getting into a Scrum Master role. What she says, again, she was unsure how do I show this career gap and whether I'll be able to do it, lot of self-doubt, but she took that leap of faith in me. She joined the masterclass and results are in front of you. What she says, your guidance and encouragement have been instrumental in my success and I'm thrilled to share that I have got the job as a Scrum Master after 3 years of gap. Okay, so many success stories, but just keeping time in mind, I'm not going to share all of them. In fact, I'll share my Trustpilot account also, where if you just go and search there the reviews of our students, you will be mind blown. Jayashi, she was working as a project manager and she got 2 offers as a Scrum Master because nowadays, whatever role you try, may it be PM, Scrum Master, or even the higher role in testing, development, whatever role, you all need to have that practical knowledge of Agile and Scrum. You need to have that working experience because most of the questions will come from that as well. Okay. Jayashi says your extensive knowledge and expertise have not only expanded my understanding of Scrum, but they have also inspired me to push my boundaries and strive for an excellence. Blueprint course, live sessions, query sessions have got me so much of confidence and hence I have 2 offers in hand. See, after you complete this 2.5 months of practical session, the kind of confidence you will have will be very, very high. Okay, she is Jayashi. Quick time check, guys. Last 10 minutes, 36 seconds done. Last 10 minutes, 31 seconds left. Now, those who have made the payment, quickly type payment done in the chat box. Shruti, there is no coupon code. Already the price on the link is 9,999. So coupon code is already applied. So you don't need to apply that. Type payment done. Oh, I am part of Scrum Champions. Payment done. I'll quickly verify your payment and I will personally take your name and will invite you in this awesome Scrum Champions community, guys. And let's start super strong right from day one. Yes. Type payment done in the chat box. Let me see how many of you have made it. Kirti, payment done. We have Amit, payment done. Pooja, payment done. 1 second, guys. Let me quickly check. And by the way, those who have done the payment, you must have received 2 emails from my end immediately. Number 1 is payment confirmation email where the invoice is attached, and number 2 is welcome email. Congrats, you are in is the subject line of the email where all the steps are given step by step, and I'll also explain you what exactly you need to do next. Okay. M. Prabhaharan, payment done. 1 second, guys. Let me check. Yes, Kirti.